Dear all, hello. Welcome to a new video, and what I may tell you now is we'll talk about how to pay less taxes in 2024 here in Romania. So although 2024 it's a very tough year because there are a lot of changes, fiscal changes here in Romania, both on SRLs and PFAs, there are ways to reduce also these taxes, legal ways I mean. So in this video we will see what to pay attention to and what you need to do. So stay beside us and let's see. First, a brief summary of the tax system in 2024 here in Romania. We have like this, SRL that has two types of taxes, which is micro enterprise tax, 1 or 3% on the income, not on the profit, and 16% tax on profit for other types of SRLs. Of course, if they have the turnover higher than 500,000 euro, or if they are in a certain areas in which it is required to pay 16% tax on profit, like consultancy and other types of activities. Of course, we are not talking here about the VAT, because the VAT is a tax that you add. The client is paying your VAT and you pay further to the fiscal authorities. So this is the tax system that I'm talking about, only related to the income and what you have to declare about this. Also, the PFAs were the subject of higher modification, especially regarding the health insurance, which is CASS, Class S, and to this they are paying 10% on all the incomes up to the 60 minimum salaries. So depending on the type of the income, you pay 10% tax on income, and you also a tax on profit, and also you pay 10% health insurance. So be really attentive to what you want to do and what type of activity you want to select. Okay, how you want to pay less taxes in 2024? We will see. Obviously, the purpose of each business is to make profit and to declare all their incomes and all their profits. It's really important to optimize the business accordingly to this and taking this into consideration. But what is tax optimization in general? Basically, tax optimization is a strategy of reducing taxes and making higher profits. So, but this should be done in a legal way, because otherwise you may face other problems. Basically, each year tax legislation here in Romania is changing. You have a lot of changes due to our government. So you need to make a plan on long term, or if it's not on long term, or at least to adjust and adapt your plan to the fiscal modification that you have. Of course, this should be integrated and assimilated into your own company, and this should reside in higher profits, or at least a good cash flow. So that is why we are talking about optimization. Besides reducing taxing and maximizing profits, you need to be attentive to all these aspects, also to the cash flow. And what I forgot, and is really important, tax optimization should not be confused with tax evasion, because we are not talking about tax evasion, we are talking about legal ways of reducing taxes. So be really attentive to this because the line is quite short between these two, and you need to understand what you are doing there. Now let's see, how do you optimize your business tax? Because as I said, and we already stated, the way of doing this is the legal way, not the evasionist way. So this is really important in order not to be classified as, criminal from fiscal point of view, not to have problems with fiscal authorities here in Romania, and of course to avoid financial integrity and reputation of your own business, because it's really important to have a good name on the field in which you are operating your business. Now, let's see a little bit what are the ways of doing this and what are the aspects that you should take into consideration when we are talking about legal optimization, because it's quite important to know. And on top of all of them, be attentive, is a correct accounting record. We faced lately a lot of clients that came to our office and asked us to give an opinion to something that was incredibly wrong, or they were not registered right, correctly, on time, and so on. I know that may sound as a cliche, but everybody had this problem with some accountants. I am not here to talk bad things about accountants, but some of them, even if they are paid as they asked, they do not do their jobs. So be really attentive to the accounting record and ask or talk to your accountant, if not monthly, at least twice, one or twice a quarter. It's really important. If he is not asking you anything, or he is not telling you, or he is just giving you the payment orders without asking anything to you, then you should have a question mark in your mind and see maybe something is not right. Is everything okay as I sent it? Number 2 on the list is a successful planning, because planning is the key to the success. And when I say key to the success, I'm not joking, because if you have a good planning of your business, of what you are doing, then you'll know what is the perfect time and perfect moment to interfere, or to ask an opinion, or to do something else. Number 3, it would be the choice of the legal form, because as I said, these days, as all these changes regarding the PFA, it is really hard to establish if the PFA is still the correct way of doing business here in Romania or not. From my point of view, in some fields it doesn't, it's not the best choice that you have, but why not? You will see in the future by yourself. Number 4 on my list of what you can do to optimize, and what are the steps to optimize the fiscal taxes, is deduction and tax facilities. As you may know, Romania is a country in which you can benefit of a lot of incentives, facilities, and so on. Maybe it's really important to make a search on all of this and to see if it's something applicable to you or not. And the last thing that you should be attentive to and you should take into consideration is the specialized consultancy. But be aware that this specialized consultancy cannot be given if all the rest are not properly taken into consideration, because specialized consultancy cannot be done on a wrong balance sheet. So if you want to have a good way of reducing taxes, then you need again to go back to the accounting records and see if they are correct or not. well-designed tax optimization, it's not necessarily only about reducing taxes, but also support sustainable business growth. So you may pay close attention to this and be aware to do the things legally and correctly, and not to be known as an evasion company or evasionist company. And now in the end, let's talk a little bit about the most common errors that the entrepreneurs are doing in this area, or related to accounting and fiscality and so on. First of all is the lack of well-defined business plan. Because if you don't have an objective, if you don't know how to do some things, or if you don't know what are the ways or the directions in which you are going, so this will not be good for your business. Well-defined business plan assures you with a good business growth. Secondly, are underestimated costs or overestimated incomes. This is again really bad for the business, for the cash flow, and for everything that takes or derives from this. Number 3 on the list is failure to comply with the laws, meaning that tax optimization does not involve avoiding breaking the law. So be really attentive and don't break the law. Just optimize the taxes in the limits that the law allows you. And lastly is late payment or non-payment of the taxes and contributions to the fiscal authorities. Usually this attracts penalties, maybe some fines, and bank accounts that are blocked and so on. So be attentive to the taxes, pay all the contributions, because only in that case you can optimize the company's business. Okay, and because the name of this video is how do you pay less taxes in 2024, I will let you know how, because there are a few important things. You pay on time, first of all, and most important. You pay on time whatever you have to pay. Secondly, you declare your income correctly. You do not underestimate expenses, you do not overestimate incomes. You respect the law and the way it is applicable, and you ask consultancy whenever you feel the need, and most important is to have a reliable accountant beside you. I repeat and emphasize, because this is the most important thing that you need to do, to have a reliable accountant near you. We at MBV, we can support you with all of this. You just need to ask us, or just to give an opinion about something. We have experts to give an opinion on something. Just let us know. Thank you. Please subscribe and stay on our channel to see other videos about all these modification changes and so on. Have a nice day.